It's Monday, October 20th.
Pop up, buckle up for Game 7 tomorrow night.
The Jays come through in a must-win Game 6, and now is winner-take-all in tonight's Game 7 against the Mariners.
We are projecting that the mayoral count will be known on election night.
Ready for the polls. Voters across Alberta will be casting their ballot in municipal elections today, but don't expect a lot of final results without an electronic counter.
Is the ceasefire still in place?
Yeah, it is.
A fragile ceasefire is still in place after Israel and Hamas accuse one another of breaking the deal. Aid delivery into Gaza is expected to resume today. 8 pieces from France's crown jewels were stolen during a daring heist at the Louvre. Investigators think the robbery might be linked to organized crime. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Good morning, Canada. Welcome to Your Morning. I'm Anne-Marie Mediwake.
Good morning, everybody. Lindsay is off today, and I'm Teddy Wilson. Go Jays, go. Hello.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Go Jays, go indeed. I'm Michelle Jobin. Kelsey's off today, or away today, I should say, and we hope your day's off to a great start. How could it not be a great start?
Yes.
Canada's team.
Yeah. Did you watch last night? I woke up to the news this morning because I watched the first few innings, and then I went to bed.
There was much screaming from my son who was watching it locked in the basement downstairs, and every time something great happened, I would just, basement. Yeah.
Oh, watching all the highlights this morning was incredible. Let's turn to the top news stories we're following, and we will lead with the Jays. All they need is one more win tonight to reach the World Series for the first time in more than 30 years.
Lifts one in the air, right center field. It is gone!
That's, of course, Addison Barger putting up the Jays 4-0. Vladdy followed that up with a solo shot in the bottom of the 5th. That was his 6th postseason homer, tying him with Jose Bautista and Joe Carter for the franchise record. On the mound, Trey Savage was sharp again with a lot of help from the defense.
Bases loaded in a 2-0 game. See what he goes with first pitch. It is grounded to first. Vlad will go to second for one. To recover into Savage two.
So good. The Jays managed 3 inning-ending double plays, and Savage ended his night with 7 strikeouts over 5 2/3 innings. The 6-2 win sets the stage for Game 7 tonight. This is the furthest the Jays have gone in the playoffs since 1993, and all of their fans, including us here at Your Morning, are pumped.
Let's go, Blue Jays! That was amazing!
Shane Bieber gets the ball for the Jays tonight. George Kirby will start for Seattle. First pitch goes at 8:08 p.m. Fingers crossed. Okay, if you were planning to catch the bus this morning in Gatineau, Quebec, you'll need to find another way around.
Bus is already hard to get around. Traffic's already going to be difficult to get through. So I think this will just add on to everyone's travel time and stress getting through.
So STO bus services are suspended this morning as some workers are set to strike. The STO and the union representing bus supervisors have yet to reach a deal. STO was offering the union a chance to go into arbitration to avoid a strike. By late last night, officials said talks continued but confirmed the complete suspension of bus services starting today. The union represents more than 50 supervisors. The major sticking point in negotiations is job security and wages. Well, polls open later this morning for Alberta's municipal elections, but the province's ban on the use of electronic vote tabulators is expected to cause some delays. Voters will be casting their ballots in dozens of races across the province. There are roughly 500 election workers doing the count in Calgary alone, but all ballots will be counted by hand. Mayoralty ballots will be counted first, but it's anticipated we won't know all of the results of the elections by tonight. Key issues voters are focused on include affordability, taxes, and infrastructure. Polls open between 9 and 10 a.m. local time, depending on which city you're in, until 8 p.m. tonight. Well, India's new High Commissioner to Canada says our country could be a reliable energy supplier.
We look for suppliers where they can be a reliable supplier, not a supplier who today says, okay, I'm going to supply you, and tomorrow says, no, I have this problem with you, I cannot supply you. We
Do you
want
consider Canada reliable in that vein right now? Not yet.
Not yet. We are going to.
The High Commissioner being asked there on CTV's question period if India would buy oil and gas from Canada instead of turning to Russia. Canada and India are looking to rebuild ties after Ottawa and RCMP linked its government to the shooting death of a Sikh activist in British Columbia. India has agreed to cooperate with Canadian investigators. U.S. President Donald Trump says a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is still in place after both sides accused each other of breaching the deal.
We want to make sure that it's going to be very peaceful with Hamas, and as you know, they've been quite rambunctious.
A wave of Israeli strikes killed 26 people in Gaza Sunday. Israel said an earlier attack killed 2 of their soldiers. The IDF said it would resume enforcement of the ceasefire. Meanwhile, Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner are expected to travel to Israel today. More aid deliveries to Gaza are also expected to resume again later today. Well, 2 people are dead after a cargo plane ran off a runway in Hong Kong. The Emirates flight was landing from Dubai when it skidded and veered left. It crashed through a fence and hit a patrol car. Both the plane and the car ended up in the water, as you see there. The 2 people inside the car died. The 4 crew members on board the plane survived. Airport officials say the plane did not send out a distress signal during landing. Officials are looking at factors including weather, runway conditions, and the crew in its investigation. Well, to news from France now, the Louvre is still closed this morning as police investigate a daring jewel heist. Newspapers this morning calling yesterday's robbery the heist of the century. And some tourist video show the crown jewels before they were stolen. 4 thieves broke in by using a crane to smash an upstairs window. They then threatened guards with power tools before taking 8 priceless pieces of jewelry and escaping on scooters. The heist took about 7 minutes to pull off. Investigators are working on a theory the suspects were working for organized crime. Earlier this year, the museum had asked for help from the government to renovate and improve its security. Well, there's a global outage this morning for sites and apps running on Amazon's cloud service. Down Detector says more than 500 companies are facing issues. Some of the apps and sites affected include Amazon, Snapchat, Roblox, Zoom, and many others. AWS is a cloud computer service powering millions of websites and platforms all around the world. Amazon says it has identified the potential root cause and is now reporting signs of recovery. Well, the price of Halloween candy could be a bit tricky this year, and it's definitely not a treat for people's wallets.
Candies like for kids, Halloween, it's getting hard.
So according to the 2025 Halloween Treat Cost Report, Canadians will spend 10 to 20% more on candy this year. And that's not necessarily because we're just buying more. So what's the reason? Well, you may have guessed it, shrinkflation. The price tag on one of the most popular items, the assorted Nestle chocolates, ranges in prices depending on where you shop. Some people are considering handing out alternatives this year, such as fruit. Okay. Oh, this time of year is supposed to be for cozy sweaters, not t-shirts and shorts. Ottawa set a new fall heat record on Sunday. Temperatures hit, get this, nearly 26 degrees Celsius. And it hasn't been that hot on this same day of the year in the capital since 1963. But it will be short-lived. You'll need an umbrella today instead of those summer clothes. Well, here's an auction that would make any rock fan, including me, salivate. Sotheby's is auctioning off guitars from some of the greatest guitar gods in the history of music, including an iconic axe from the late Eddie Van Halen.
He ended up gifting the guitar to his guitar tech, Rudy Lyren, and after many years, he actually sold the guitar to Mick Mars, the guitar player from Motley Crue, who famously used it to record Motley Crue's album, Dr. Feelgood.
Oh, sir, you're speaking my language. Specifically, it's this well-loved and iconic red and white striped electric guitar. I grew up looking at it in so many photos, and it's expected to sell for millions of dollars. It was built to Eddie Van Halen's exact specifications, and it's based on his original Frankenstein guitar he made in 1975. So he played this one extensively during Van Halen tours in 1982 and 83, which I think would put them in the Fair Warning Diver Down era of Van Halen, toward the end of David Lee Roth's tenure with the band, in case you were wondering, which you may not have been.